Welcome to What the Ish. I'm your host, Patricia San Pedro. Leonor Anthony is world-renowned for her courageous use of materials that create works that invoke controversial issues. She is passionate about using her art as a vehicle of activism. Through her work, Leonor is able to bring awareness to issues ranging from immigration, women's empowerment, and environmental preservation. She's pushed through challenges in her own life, but with determination and strength, she never gave up and is now a global artist making an impact. Deep, soulful, and a colorful, artsy burst of light. Hi, Leonor.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you for all that. That was very, very nice. How are you?
I am wonderful. So happy to be chatting with you here. Where are you? I know you're somewhere wonderful.
I am somewhere wonderful. I am in a little tiny town called Wengen. It's in the middle of, never heard of it before. It's in the middle of the Swiss Alps. And it's just really, it's incredible. The last couple of days have been a little bit cloudy. We're in the clouds. So the clouds come in and the clouds come out. It's really funky. Last night who knew? Clouds get brought in and then they suck out.
Amazing how that happens.
It happens in life.
Can we see? Can you move?
Yes, absolutely.
Give it.
We're still like.
Oh my God.
Half of the mountain, it's so high, you can't even see it. It's under the clouds.
That is just
one of the most famous Swiss mountains, Jungbrow. It's right behind that one rock and it's all white. It's all ice, but you can't even see it. So I apologize for that. Hopefully I can send you a picture when it's a little bit better.
This looks amazing.
It's still amazing. I'm very fortunate to be
You're in heaven. You're visiting friends and family?
Yes, I am. Taking advantage of the fact that we can travel around a little bit now and kind of healing. I've been doing a lot of healing, at least starting the process from the year that was last year. The year that was a year and a half.
Yes, tough year for many, and I know for you as well. So, well, here's what I want to do. I want this just to be a very casual chat, and I want to learn from you. And I know my listeners and viewers want to learn from you. You do such amazing work. But what I want to get at is, we all have this ish that pops up into our life. We all have a lot of issues, right?
A lot.
And I always say, it's like when I ask someone, are you happy? Sometimes they say, well, I'm happy. Ish. Or I'm fulfilled with my work. Ish. And that's where this idea for the podcast came about. You helped me propel it forward because I've been thinking about it for a long time, and the conversation you and I had propelled me there. So I'd love to know about an ish that you have or you had that has propelled you to do something that you really wanted to do, or to be happier, whatever it is, because I know those listening in can help from that. It's relatable.
Well, for me, it's all about whenever. I can't even think of one right now. Maybe you can guide me, but anytime I have one of those issues, I make it a point to correct. Because I don't want my biggest fear ever, and people think I'm pretty fearless because I just go to things, and no matter what, I'm not. I'm afraid. I just keep walking forward. But certainly my biggest fear is regret. And getting to a certain point, getting to my last day, if I have the time to even think about it and think, wow, I wish I would have lived this way, or I would have done this, and I was too afraid, or God knows, for whatever reason. So I make a point to myself to not regret. that usually even when I'm gonna make a decision, even with a relationship, whatever it is, and the first question is, are you going to regret this? If it's even an ish there, the answer will be absolutely not. No, not doing it. Or if I'm going to regret not doing it, then absolutely I will do it. So those issues, I don't like them. But don't like them.
But they teach us, right? They propel us.
Of course, no, everything teaches us, everything, even as terrible as last year was. For me, it was life-changing. It taught me a lot from all those losses that, we worry about so many little things all the time, little tiny things. Ridiculous stuff, traffic, or a weird phone call, or a spam email.
Right.
And really, how can we be upset over little things like that when at the blink of an eye, your life is over, or someone you love life is over, and we don't get to redo it. And what, you spent your last moments upset at an email or a traffic or a parking that you didn't get. So that's also been a big thing for me. Even if I start worrying about the smallest thing or upset about stupid little things, it's like, what? Nothing matters. Really, nothing matters. At any moment, we get another pandemic, or this thing slips again, and here we go again. Yeah. So it's about being happy and spending this time, whatever time we have, making memories, because at the end of the day, that's all we take. That's all we have.
That's right. It's interesting. I've always loved the Buddhist saying that says turning poison into medicine. And I think that can just so apply to much in our lives, right? This pandemic has been horrendous. We've lost a lot of people, and those that survived, many are still suffering from it. So the human loss, the human tragedy, and then what can you say? What's the medicine there? It's everything that you just said. For me, it's interesting because I live alone. I don't have a partner. I don't have children. I don't have grandchildren. I don't have siblings. So I'm alone a lot. And it's so ironic that during these lockdowns, so to speak, I'm blessed that I live in a house and I have a front yard. And I open what I call Pat's Front Yard Cafe.
I saw that.
Did you see that? When you come back to Miami, you have to come and...
I'm coming to that cafe for sure.
And it's just, socially distant, a few chairs, not too many people, everyone, it's BYOS, bring your own stuff, let's say. And we just spend time with friends. And it's crazy that I have more socialization during this than normal, because people want to get out of their house, but they want to go somewhere safe. So they come here. So I had friends yesterday. I have friends tomorrow. They're booking it. It's like they're making reservations at Pat's Front Yard Cafe. So, we have to, I think, cling to these little hidden blessings that are always within everything that happens, no matter how difficult and challenging it is, right?
Absolutely. And I wanted to make a point that there's something that you said about being alone. You're not alone. Let's start with that. We do find our friends that become family.
Yes.
And sometimes those friends are even better than the people we're related to. They certainly respect us more. They appreciate us more. At a certain point, we start picking our own family, the family we choose. And I watch you, I know you, and so you are surrounded by family all the time. But absolutely, it brought us together. I think it made us realize how much we're not meant to be in a room locked up by ourselves.
Mm-mm.
We're not happy that way. We're meant to be with each other. We're meant to share life.
Yes.
And that's what I think, hopefully more of us than less of us realize that from last year.
Yeah.
Because certainly I did. To not worry, especially the worrying. Not worrying so much about little things, and it also made me get off the wheel. That was the biggest one.
Tell me.
I had I've worked so hard for so long, for over 10 years, where it's just constant working, 7 days a week, different projects, this. And I didn't realize what I was doing to myself, physically, mentally, all the stress, all that. It was almost like any small moment was the moments when I was sick. Like after Art Basel, I would get sick every time for like 2 or 3 weeks, just exhaustion. Mm-hmm. So I could count on being sick 3 weeks after Art Basel, Miami, and then a couple of weeks after Art Basel, Freeze Art Week in New York. Sometimes even hospitalization for exhaustion. And I don't know why I felt this was like almost like normal. That was not normal. That was insane. And so when everything stopped, I have to tell you, the first 2 or 3 weeks were like, what is happening?
Short circuit, right?
But nothing is happening. It's so quiet. Everybody's freaked out, and but it made me get off the wheel. And that wheel, I hope I never ever do that to myself again. And being out here, as you know, I just came to Europe in June, and it's now mid-August, and I'm wrapping it up because I do have a lot of work to do. Right. But I took the time to, you know what, I put that pressure on myself. I am an artist. It's not going away. I also need to heal. And healing was the number one thing for me at this point. So even when my own OCD, I have to this project and that project, you know what? It's waiting for me. Yes. In Miami, and it'll be fine, and I will get it done. Yes. But getting off that wheel was huge.
Boy, I hear so many issues in everything that you just said. You know, it's like, I don't work hard-ish. I take care of myself-ish. I mean, we could go on and on and on.
I did not. So it's eliminating. And I have to tell you, even last week, I got a therapist too.
Oh, good.
I've never been to therapy in my entire life. Mm-hmm. And I realized that this is a weird beginning. Yeah. This is a beginning, and I'm going to take it as such. I did not get sick. Thank God. Hopefully I won't. And, I'm grateful for that. And so I'm going to turn this into a way of, I'm going to live differently. I'm going to take care of myself, inside and out. Yes. And no, none of those issues. Oh, I maybe sleep 3 hours-ish. No. I'm going to sleep the hours that I need. Yes. And I'm going to rest, and the work will get done, and everything's going to get done. And yeah.
I love that. I love that. You know, I guess my question would be to you, how can someone who can't take the break because of finances or situation, right? How can someone who can't take the break, how can they still nurture themselves? How can they still connect to, to the peace, so they don't wear themselves out in spite of what it is that they must do in order to put food on the table. Right?
And I understand that fully. We live inside this little shell. All of us do. And this is not us. This is just the outside of us. But it requires certain things. It requires sleep. It requires food. It requires care. Mm-hmm. Prior to taking off, like I do now, I would just go in a closet. I would go, well, because I started practicing Stoic philosophy as a philosophy of life in 2004. So it's been 17 years now. And yeah, I just find a quiet place where I could just be with myself and just put my thoughts in order. So even if it's meditation, and there's all kinds of guided meditations, which are amazing. One of them is called Headspace. It's on Netflix, and it's on an app too.
Okay.
You would not believe what 5 minutes of just, and it's not quite, the idea that you're going to go into a trance like a monk is completely wrong. Right. I mean, eventually that would be nice, but just sitting with yourself. Mm-hmm. And how was your day? What did you do right today? What did you do wrong today? Right. What would you do differently if you had the chance? We all have that moment. We all have 5 minutes. Yes. We all have 5 or 10 minutes. We do. To just be with ourselves. And you have to we have to make it a priority. We have to. Because we're not able to love unless we love ourselves. We are not able to be caregivers or be the humans we want to be, or have the life we want to have, unless we start with us. Yes. Because if you're exhausted, you have nothing to give. And then you're short-tempered because you're so tired. Right. And if you're frustrated, you're going to come at someone with maybe the wrong words. And it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with us. That's right. So everything begins and ends really with us. Yes. So to have the life that you want to have, you must make the investment in yourself. You have to. Because then the universe will respond accordingly. Nothing like a smile on your face to bring smiles back. Yes. And what brings that smile on your face? A peaceful person. You may not want, your life may be one complete-ish, but even if you are working towards eliminating those, and you can't do it all. You can't do it all. You can't do it all at once. I've been at this for a very, very long time and still at it, and probably will be at it forever, because we're humans, and we have our tendencies. But if you make it a way of life, to be peaceful, to take care of yourself, to take care of those around you, to smile, then it becomes a way of life. Then you don't even think about it. It's just who you are. And so we absolutely must take care of ourselves, whether it be go get vaccinated or, sleep enough hours, don't drink as much. Just take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself and you take care of your mind and you make an effort, this is your only life. Right. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is beautiful. These are little gems that are takeaways for everyone, what you've just said. Thank you. I've worked so hard just to be able to say that, because just like everybody else, I was a mom as a teenager. Things were crazy. I've gone through all the life things. That's the beauty of being human. We all go through the same things. That's right. illnesses, deaths, frustrations, all these things. And I've learned, because I am very well aware that this is it. This is all I have.
Temporary.
And I want it to be special, and I want it to be fun, and I want to live and see places, and maybe walk too much. That was yesterday. And today everything hurts, but it doesn't matter because I saw some.
I saw you walk
beautiful
11 miles. You walked like 11 miles in the mountains.
Yes.
Good Lord. Okay.
It wasn't on purpose. We took a wrong turn in Albuquerque. And then it was like, what is happening? I'm still walking. Oh my God. And then it started to rain, super cold rain.
Oh my God. But I'm sure it was magical. So I'd say it was the right turn. Unexpected.
It's always the right turn, believe it or not.
Exactly.
No matter what happens, that whatever happened was supposed to happen that way.
Exactly.
Learn from it.
Exactly.
Learn from it, because it was supposed to happen that way all the way around.
I love it. I love it, my friend. Tell us just, briefly, I mean, you've shared such little gems with us that I think are so important. And that's really the point of this podcast, right? Is that tell us briefly, for those that don't know you, a little bit. I mean, I did an introduction, in the bio, but you're such a fabulous artist and you do such amazing work. I have a little sample of your bigger book, which is unbelievable, called Sounds of Freedom, but it's, whoa, did you hear that thunder? Woohoo. That means it's, yeah, it's thundering here. But
nice. I love thunder.
Me too. It's unbelievable book, the history of jazz, right? But you've turned this into...
No, not really. It's
not the history. Okay, you clear it up. Tell us.
No, that would be nice. No, what I had the good fortune to meet an Italian photographer who took these amazing photographs when he was a teenager, because his father was the biggest jazz promoter in Italy. So he just basically tagged along and took incredible photographs. He sat next to the official photographers and just went at it. When I saw these, it was 2017, and I knew nothing, zero, about jazz. I'm looking at these photographs going, I don't know who these people are, but these photos are incredible. So then he played a couple, I'm very musical. He played one song. It was Abby Lincoln. I'll never forget it. And I just my mouth just what was that? And then my next question was, but when were these taken? So when he told me that they were taken in the 60s, it was an instant click. It was the civil rights movement. As you know, I am an activist.
Yes.
And so it's wait a minute. We've got all these Black artists going to Italy to play during the civil rights movement. There's more to this story. So then it just then I told him, look, I'm going to learn everything I can about jazz in the next 3 or 4 months. This was December 2017. I said, and then I'm going to exhibit all of these photographs in New York City in May with my work inspired by them. I've never worked on anything harder in my life. That book you're holding is my soul. I just really felt, I know this is going to sound really weird, and I'm not a weird, not a weird hocus pocus kind of person.
I am.
But
I am a little.
I really felt that day, these photographs, these musicians were really asking me to bring them home. And it was, here I am, little Cuban girl, activist, bring all of them home. So I've taken this responsibility very, very, very seriously. And it's just incredible. Not only did the book happen as a result of it, but I've had these conversations with the University of California, the Davis campus, which is a medical school. during the pandemic using my work. That cover photo, the University of California, Davis bought it. And it's at the president's office, and they use that piece to talk about inequality and in the healthcare system, and it was incredible. So, with the best intentions in the world, this whole conversation through jazz is now the conversation on race, the conversation on equality. It's unbelievable. It's beyond my dreams. And then I met through another piece that I had at the Miami Shores library, is a Rosa Parks piece, who the mayor of Miami, the first Black mayor of Miami Shores, buys that piece to put in her house.
Wow.
And then she's like, then she goes, well, I need to buy 2 books, and if you could please personalize one, that'd be great, because I'm sending it special. It's like, okay, who do I make it out to? And of course she goes, well, just make it out to Michelle and Barack. At which point I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? So it's like, yeah. Let me get another book. I don't know if you know, but the big ones, we made 300 special edition.
No, they're amazing.
So I went home and found the book number 5, what I had kept for my family.
Oh.
And so the Obamas have book number 5.
Yeah, that's okay. The rest of us get this one, and it's just as wonderful.
That one was just for you to look at, the bigger one.
I'll give it back.
But so that is an ongoing, because I'm just honored to be part of the conversation. Wow. Through the music, through the work. Yeah, it's insane.
You're wonderful. I admire you so much on so many different levels that I can't even tell you. So
it's what we do. It's what we do. I've been given a talent.
Yes,
I need to give back with it. That's it. It's not for me.
Yep.
It's whatever it is that I do is to be shared. And if we can make a world a better place, oh my God, how fortunate I am to be able to do that. If, it's just an honor. I am living my dream. No issues there. No issues there at all.
I love
at all. It's just been amazing.
I love that. I think that just wraps it up. I think what you just said just wraps it up. This is so wonderful. I'm so grateful that you did this. I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. Oh, tell everyone what's your website and your social media handles so everyone can find you.
I am on Leonor Anthony Artist on Instagram. Leonor. Soy cubana. Leonor.
It's spelled, we say in Spanglish, hablamos español, así que.
Hablamos español.
There you go.
Leonor Anthony with TH, artist on Instagram, also on Facebook, Leonor Anthony, and it's easy. Everything is just Leonor Anthony. LeonorAnthony.com is my website. I am going to the North Pole in October. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that later on. I will be the first Cuban up there. I'm thinking I'm just going to take a Cuban flag. It'll probably freeze to death immediately. It'll be like the moon one. It'll be like flat.
Wait a minute. You'll be the first Cuban there? I don't know. I may have to be the 1.5. Whoa. Good Lord. Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
So here's the deal there. You're going to have to do a podcast from the North Pole.
I can do it. This is what's happening. We fly. This is an artist residency. I know that we're running out of time,
No,
but
go ahead.
Okay. Artists need to go on artist residencies. They must. And what these things are is we take time just to away, whether it's another country or a place that is remote in the US. And nothing is expected of us there except be an artist. That's it. They feed you, they take you there, you make art, and that's it. That's all you do there is you make art. And then you have the good ones, you will have other artists there. So there's this community of writers, musicians, artists that do this, that do that. And then you're in there together being nothing but artists. And magic happens. So I've been to some that are just, and they've changed my life, and so the work gets better and better because not only are you spending so much time doing your craft, but you're also having this communion with artists from all over the world and seeing what they're doing, and it's just amazing. So in 2019, I see an artist residency in the Arctic Circle on a giant boat. And it's like, what? So it's like, I gotta go. You know me, I gotta go. So I put together like a 30-page application. And I got it.
You're going.
So I've been waiting. It was supposed to be, I wanted to do the winter expedition because I want to see the Aurora Borealis. And so even though it's going to be extremely cold and dark, this is like a once in a lifetime.
But you'll stay on a ship?
The entire 3 weeks. Yeah. And so what we do is we fly 5 artists from around the world and 5 scientists. That's it. And then the crew. So I think altogether there'll be like 15 or 20 people on this boat. We fly from Oslo to this archipelago that I never heard of before. It's called Svalbard. It's at the very top of the world. And then we get on the boat and we go even higher. So I can do the podcast from Svalbard. They have, their biggest thing is polar bear tourism.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I am so excited for you. Seeing the Northern Lights is on my bucket list.
Me too.
So,
yeah. So I start my bra project up there. I've been collecting bras for 2 years now.
I know you have.
And so I want to do a human chain of women supporting women. Mm-hmm. So officially I start my chain of women on the top of the world. And bring it down. We're here to help each other out, sister.
That's it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I just love you.
Thank you for having me. It's just been so lovely. Always is.
This is wonderful. You've been fabulous. I love you, and I'm so.
I love you too.
So excited about all that you're doing, and we will do more podcasts together, guaranteed.
Sounds good.
I can't wait to see you when you come back to Miami.
Me too.
Yay.
Soon. Please take good care of yourself, and I will see you very soon.
Sounds wonderful, my friend. You take care.